cheer up.
It's my pleasure.
My friend, how are you? I'm not sure how to answer this truthfully. There is a fire in me. Ah, you're using magic. A burning desire. I'm hungry. Hunger, food won't satisfy. Yet while my body says yes, my mind says no. No, not yet. Not here. Maybe later. Still, I feel this burning, and I've got to let it out. My spell training at least helps a bit. See, so she's saying that because she's currently spell training. I'll cut this in somewhere else, because this is the start of the video. Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Oblivion. I think we're almost at 30 now. Kinda made a promise to myself that I was gonna make an intro video by 30. Don't know if I'll do that. So we started Star of High Hope last time in the last video, and I'll cut that in. The stuff that I had another dream, one of great consequence. A dream that, when it will come true, will change this country. For the better, of course. Let us become the Star of High Hope. A dream about what? A city, not just your random house or ruin, but a true city, a big city. The one deed that will secure our place in this world, our place in the history and legend. A city? How? Why? Oh, that's easy to answer. We have some new applicants, but we don't have a place for them. Building more and more outposts would be odd, and would surely provoke an unwelcome answer of the Elder Council sooner or later. Additionally, with the unrest in the Empire, a secure city, a newly born city, as a new home will give hope to a lot of people in the Empire. After the loss of so many cities, it will ease the people's pain. As for how, you've already worked with Shenara. We will be growing mushrooms again. Tesser already has something for you. So please, go to her, and then to Shenara. This will be our greatest achievement. Trust me.
Be seeing ya.
This approach round 14. You've got something for me? Yes, I do. I was given a small stipend before I tried to let the Stranded Light become a reality. Although I must say it comes from a problematic source, and I'd rather not touch it. If there is something like dirty gold, it's this. I am willing to give it to you. Please understand, though, that I didn't want to use it for founding the Stranded Light for a purpose. I'll take it. Alright, I didn't want to have it all. I didn't want to have it at all. Good. That is, I've finally gotten rid of it.
Bye.
Did she give me an item? Oh. Okay, so she did give it to me.
Hello.
So here we are with Shenara.
What can I do?
I've come with a new request. What is it this time? Why always requests? Why does no one bring old Shenara a rose? Or a sack of gold? No, requests, and even more requests. What is it this time? A city? What? This is some kind of joke, or... No? Oh dear, you've got no idea what you've got into. Listen up, I know from first-hand experience that you can't just go out, find a nice spot, and grow a mushroom. This may work for a house, but not for a stronghold or city. You either have to deal for ages and ages and ages with a government, or find an existing but abandoned city and reclaim it. Otherwise, whatever you build or grow won't have city rights, and will therefore be destroyed. The good news is that there are a lot of cities in Cyrodiil that have disappeared in time. Rothnagha near the Rothgarian Mountains, the Sekmorn somewhere south, such around Anvil, Mir Corrup in the eastern forests, and maybe more. So I need to find a lost city first. You gets even worse, a lot worse. People don't grow on trees, not even Bosma. So you need to find a citizen, people willing to work in shops. A city needs to have a certain infrastructure, or it will sooner or later lose its city rights. It needs guilds, a smith, an inn. Considering the place, you'd also should get a clothier, an alchemist, and a book merchant. There would be little to no trade except the most basic supplies. Good luck finding volunteers. Maybe your Daedric guild can help. Otherwise, well, ask around Cyrodiil. If you're lucky, some may be willing to move. That's hopefully everything. Of course it isn't. The mushrooms will still need resources to be grown. You know the drill. Even for a very basic and small town, I will need 250,000 gold, 15 Varla stones, and 75 Welkynd stones. I guess there are more Varla and Welkynd stones than you will be able to find, so I'm going to share a secret with you. A great Welkynd stone will do, too. As far as I know, there are 2 in Cyrodiil, 1 in Miskarkan, but the blades have something to do with it. I won't dare touch it. I won't mess with the blades. The other lies in a border city. Don't know where, but I suspect somewhere around the less populated areas. This one is trapped though. Will kill anyone touching it, except if you touch its bottom first. Keep that in mind. So that's what you need. A city, place, for a city, a place, people, and resources. Good luck hunting it down. No possible citizen? Yes, of course. One single Dudner I've worked with in the past. All others you will have to find. Get going. I won't do your work now. No suitable place. Have enough Varla stones. I don't think I do. Have enough Welkynd stone. She just insults your inability to count. Great Welkynd stone. I guess you can get more hints. Current status. Yeah.
You too.
Stuff that we did there because we had to start it up in order to get going with finishing off the Dunewalkers questline. No plans for Mir Corrup. Oh, why are you asking? Of course I want to rebuild the city, so we have a place for some of our newest applicants. We contribute half of the guards. For the others, I send word to the Elder Council. Additionally, there will be a stranded light outpost, and as a bonus, there's someone asking for a place just perfect for a tavern. Just wait and see. Although you've already seen her, if you've kept your eyes open.
Farewell.
So one of the visitors? I don't know. And we did talk to Doliandra. She said she'd set up an inn. So I guess there's going to be an inn of cat people and an inn of Daedra. Wrong one. Let's go to Welkynd for reasons. So we're in Welkynd at the dividing line.
Well met.
Talking to son Zeus, because we gotta find a smith for our new city that we're making. Smith searched. Okay, yeah, sounded right. I am here and I intend to stay. This is the place where the direction of Elsewhere and Black March will be decided. Yet, I know someone who knows someone who knows someone who is looking for a place to build a new forge. Could your place be a candidate? So, Armorer, I think it needs to be 75. I broke my share of hammers. I've broken hundreds of them. You don't look like you've broken more than 5 dozen. Learn what you're talking about. Gotta go through the whole thing again? Okay, just one line. I know my share about weapons. So what? Everyone does know a bit. A smith has to know about all kinds of weapons. Enough, at least, and armor. So for that one you have to be 25 in all weapon skills and light armor and heavy armor. Speechcrafts, that's 75. Why? Trying to argue, are you? Fail. Smith searched. Can't I help you with something? Of course you can. Bring me 25 melons, show a bit of goodwill, and I will need them for testing. Otherwise, the City Watch doesn't believe how sharp my goods are. Watermelons? 25? I'll catch them. Good luck.
You too.
So yeah, I think that's The only hard one for me, I remember when I made the last video I had to go get 25 melons as well. I guess transmute item food could work, but then you're just depending on luck. Sometimes you get pumpkins. I know Better Cities adds a whole bunch of melons to the market district, but yeah, just find watermelons somewhere. Alright, now let's skip ahead.
What do you want?
Shenara Halaris. So let's ask about the Great Welkynd Stone. Yes, a Great Welkynd Stone, not the one from Miss Garkand, though. It has been tainted too much. There is another one. Find it if you can't find enough normal Varla and Welkynd stones. So these ones I don't actually have enough. And here I was thinking that you're able to count to 15. Yep.
Yes?
15 Varla stones, 75 Welkynds. I don't have that either. I do have 250,000 gold because Tesser gave it to me. You have the drakes? Great. Another step done. Which kinda messes up one of the deck collector quests later on. I don't think it might affect your reward, but I know of a suitable place. Which? Sorry, I was mistaken. Mir Corrup. I don't know how to pronounce it. You found the ruin. Interesting. Alright, let's talk about Mir Corrup. There is something you should keep in mind. I need to know, and I mean know, what has happened there. Why? See, first of all, in your interest, we should make sure that whatever struck the old city won't strike again and destroy our new city. Then I possibly need to adjust the spores of the mushrooms to toughen them up against whatever happened there. So find out what happened to Mir Corrup. Go. Shoot. So where to find Varla Aliot ruins? Your mind is for thinking, not to be stuck in a loop analyzing its various holes. Let's see, do I have enough to explain what happened to Mir Corrup, really? Let's see. So Hondatar says it was abandoned, supplying it with food. Chandra came to Cyrodiil about 30 years ago to live it, yet around this time Mir Corrup ceased to be a city. So around 30 years ago, when asked about Jills, the Gale said they were mending history, preventing a plunge into dawn, said it wasn't Daedra. Yeah, I don't have all the clues, but yeah,
What?
go through it anyway. So let's talk about Mir Corrup. Alright, let me tell you what happened to the place, so I know that if it is suitable. Let's begin. Easy, shall we? When was Mir Corrup first reported as a city? So, first era? In which era was Mir Corrup last mentioned as a city? Third era? Going from the end of that era backwards. How many years passed before the era ended that Mir Corrup was last seen? It's 25 to 50. And why was the city abandoned back then? So it was first abandoned through famine, and they were trying to escape, and what happened around the same time that affected the city, caused it to vanish? Warp in the west. So concerning who exactly did undo Mir Corrup, whom did they serve? Akatosh. Alright, let's see. And you had some interesting theories, and how to put it, it was really believable. I can't know for sure, but I think you've got it right. Now I know what to do. So is Mir Corrup suitable or not? It is. It will be a bit of work, but the place will work. So yeah, those are the answers. If you talk to like some booksellers and the Aliad lady, hidden elf lady in the Lost Road, she'll tell you about how she met some people from Mir Corrup outside of there and they didn't recognize her. Basically, the city was being abandoned because they couldn't support it and didn't have enough food. And then the warp in the west happened, the dragon break, which caused time to go crazy and everyone kind of forgot about Mir Corrup existing. According to the official lore, like, of the actual game. Mir Corrup is just mentioned in a few books, and it's mentioned that it's around Morrowind, and that's the official lore on Mir Corrup. That's about it. So it's mentioned in like 2 or 3 books. If you go to booksellers, they can give you some hints. Let's go to Market District. So here we are in Divine Elegance, looking for a
Well met.
Clothier. Oh, we're known for great craftsmanship, aren't we? Isn't it natural for me to run the best clothing store in all Cyrodiil? Of course it is. Yeah, race interview. Clothier searched. You've come to the right place, because I'm the best clothier in Cyrodiil, more so even in whole Tamriel. I make the trends for people caring what to wear. Unfortunately, I've got to do so from the heart of the Empire. No one would find me if I sit in some town or village. Don't be sad. I know just the right people, looking for a place. They came from some islands with a dray problem. So I guess they're happy to get as far away from the coast as possible. Although, tell me, why should they come to you? So yeah, this one's easy. It's just clothing. If you have if what you're wearing is worth 1,000 gold, and you aren't wearing chest armor, you should be fine. Mercantile, you have to have invested in like 25 shops. Illusion is 75, and I don't know, what does she ask me to get? There's a lovely young Ultima around here. A few weeks ago, she wore something made out of gold that looked like an armor, but the way she wore it must have been finery of sorts. Bring one to me, and then I see what I can do for you. Got one? Here, take it. Oh my, I'll pass word along. No, what did I just give away? Was it the robe?
Good day.
I think it was the robe. Yeah, I still have the golden robes. I think I have a...
Well met. Good day.
Maybe
A
it's
pleasure
broken.
to you
I'll have
too.
to check that later. But I think it's the hood and it's the clothing options of the Golden Saint, so you can buy them from Kanaane. Just while we're here, let's talk to Fentius, see if he can
It's my pleasure.
get a bookseller for us. Bookseller searched. What? No, I'm happy to have my place in the Imperial City. Won't leave it for any town or village. So yeah, you can ask around to a whole bunch of people, and eventually you'll find the right one, or they'll tell you to go to someone else. So let's go to Coral. So, here's the actual bookseller you need
Well
to talk
met.
to. Estelle Renoir in Coral. Bookseller searched. Oh no, I like Coral. Can't imagine moving to another place. But if I recall correctly, there was a librarian in High Rock looking for a place to set up his own shop. Unfortunately, I don't plan to visit High Rock again next year. Skyrim's first, then comes Elsewhere. You always have to be on the lookout for new literature, you know. Sending a letter with magic, so mysticism needs to be 75. Location, you need to have found 150 places, which you probably have, and you have to have read at least 25 books, so sure. First you've got to know what's there, don't you? What? I guess I haven't read enough books, or maybe it's something else. Interesting places. You sure came around a lot. If the place really will be as unique as you told, you might see it, and send me a picture of it. I'll send a message, despite its cost. Yeah, and a lot of these
Okay.
raise your speechcraft or whatever. I think it's either speechcraft or mercantile, depending on what the option is. So next up, Anvil for the Fighters Guild. Alright, so here we are in the Fighters Guild, trespassing.
Love of Azura. What can I do for you?
Redguard. Anvil's probably the only city in Cyrodiil with some Redguard influences on the architecture. now that such has been moved. Many parts of Hammerfell are, well, not like a desert like elsewhere, but very sunny and dry places. This shows in bright colors and houses to let the heat out. Just visit Bruma by chance. Nords build to keep heat inside. We let coolness return. Stranded Lytra. Explain something. See, I've met one of their members before. I didn't know that they were harmless back then, so I made a couple of mistakes. The Exivila, she didn't kill me, only beaten me to a bloody mess, and threw my unconscious body into the next village. I couldn't explain myself what has happened, why I had survived, until I heard about their members. They aren't harmless, they aren't helpless, they try not to act like your typical Daedric monsters, but be aware, they are just as strong as their brethren. New Fighters Guild chapter house. I am not sure. We have a few possible applicants we can't fit in here, but sending them into the mountains? Just send them. So if you're head of the Fighters Guild, you can do that. And if you have 3 houses, you can do this one. Acrobatics, good training grounds. New houses also. Well, there is some truth to this, and better we than any guild like the Blackwood Company. I'll pass the news on to our candidates.
Bye.
How many houses do I have? Because I think the ones that you get from the Stranded Light do count. And it says I've bought 4 houses, and I think I only have 2 of the vanilla houses. Or maybe just... oh yeah, I have the Shack and Coral. And alright. And now on to... Arcane Universe. So she didn't really give us any good clues about the Great Welkynd Stone.
Hello,
Let's check with Teshekru.
I hope I can help.
So yeah, he has a little hint about a Great Welkynd Stone. A long time ago I had heard of one. Hame still has its Great Welkynd Stone left, but it's a trap. It lies in a closed area, and anyone trying to touch it will be killed by it. Old Hame, what a shame. It's so near Morrowind, only a few days south of Cheydinhal, yet one of the most dangerous ruins our ancestors left.
Good day.
So yeah, gotta go to Hame for the Welkynd Stone, that way we don't have to gather up. Oh, damn it.
Greetings, wizard.
Hate you, Raminus. Yep, still here at the bookshelf. Very nice bookshelf. Raminus.
Well met.
What? You didn't have anything for the Stranded Light before? Stranded Light. They are reckless, dangerous, oblivious to the consequences of their actions. They act for the sake of acting. While they don't seem to follow a specific agenda, they are still Daedra, and act as such. The Council of Mages knows of them, since the day they moved into Mirandin. Through your help, I presume? However, they don't seem to pose an acute threat to Mundus and Cyrodiil's people, and they already have made lots of enemies. The Renregent Kren, the Order of the Worm, the Mythic Dawn, the Blackwood Company, the Imperial Cult. There is no reason for us to help them. There is neither a reason for us to move against them, yet. However, we have to keep a close watch on them. New Mages Guild Chapter House. Interesting proposal. A new chapter house. Better we than the Necromancers. Although I don't know if we should stretch our resources too thin. Just do it, that's if you're the Archmage. And who are you to request this? Who do you think you are? Conjuration, more to learn about Daedra. So I know of your involvement with the so-called Stranded Light after the breaking of our monopoly, which was in place to save the ill-prepared and their use of Telvanni architecture. What do you think their true purpose is? I wouldn't be surprised if Sheagora still has a hand in their actions, yet you seem to know what you're doing. We will send some, if only to investigate them.
Be seen.
Yep, so... what else do I need? Okay, so I got 2 ends. Oh, I need an Alchemist. Clothier, Smith, Bookseller. Okay, so I just need Skin Bread. Here we are with our resident skin grad necrophilia.
Allow me to extend my congratulations.
Halalu. Strange. Aren't they the ones who sent an auxiliary into our fair city? I'm not impressed. Alchemist searched. Maybe another accident happens to my shop. You wouldn't believe the mess I had at Lake Rumar. Yet I fear you're a bit late. Although, I've met a fellow alchemist at Congress in New Orsinium. Long story. I seem to recall that she was looking for a new place. Although I wonder if your place is suitable. Many unique ingredients, so I think that's 75, 75, and 75? Oh, and she wants a shambles skull. Now that you mention it, there is a particular piece still missing in my collection. Bring me one, and I'm sure I can persuade my new Orsinium friend. It's a shambles skull. I've seen some pictures of it, but never was able to buy one. Strange. Don't know where they come from. Well, if you find one, bring it to me. I'll keep an eye. Please do. So yeah. Alchemy. You've got a point. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'll let her know. So I think that's... Oh, I still need the smith. So I'm gonna go get some pumpkins, I guess.
Well met.
And I gotta keep going with Windfall later. Still a bunch of people here. More watermelons. Mother. Someone saw me. Maybe. Well, let's just go to Hame. Here it is. So Hame's real close by, which is convenient, I guess, if we want to walk. So here we are at Hame to get the Great Welkynd Stone, and I'm still trying to get that pumpkins. Or, no, watermelons. Alright, so here we are at the bottom of Hame. Got the boss leader. And there's this little chest here, and on the book is the key that we need. Get this guy too. And yeah, throughout Hame there's these doors, like on each level, there's these doors that can only be opened with a key. So this one. Okay, now back to the start of the ruin. The very first area, there's a gate here. The gate. And right here is the Great Welkynd Stone. And remember, she told you to grab it at the bottom. I don't know how it determines that, but yeah, 838, and this is... well, it's the same. So I found the Great Welkynd Stone. I think it does kill you if you don't grab it at the bottom, or if you come here too early, it kills you, since you don't know how to grab it. And now we got all our supplies. Just need those watermelons to give. So back to Welkynd. Alright, so we got the 25 watermelons you wanted.
I hope I can.
Smith searched. Can I help you with something? Here they are, 25 minutes. Good. I'll let someone know who knows someone. Can't get any worse than his old position either.
Be seeing you.
I think I have everything now. back to Shenara. Talking to
Yes?
Shenara. Great Welkynd stuff. You found one. That's fantastic. Great. This will make rebuilding the city a whole lot easier. I've recruited enough people. Another step done. I think this was one of the more arduous tasks. What's the current status? Let's see. You have found a suitable place. You have found enough people willing to live in the city. You have all required resources, which means everything is ready. I'll send an old friend of mine to plant the spores this time. You will go to Miranda and tell them it should take the city about 5 days to be grown. They should be ready. And you will come back in 5 days to me. Don't go near the city. This will only disturb the spores. So check with me first. I'll let you know if the city is ready or not. What's the current status? The city is still developing. Come back later. Alright, so... right. Okay, let's check this Kanaane. Let her know everything's growing.
A pleasure.
I bring news about the city, which it's growing at Mir Corrup's ruins. Very good news. Thanks for letting me know. I'll make sure our people know about it. And you should speak with Tesser as soon as possible. She's got something to say to you.
Be seeing ya.
Take care.
You smell of death. Been conjuring up.
So, destiny has approached. Time to forge a new fate. Wanted to speak with me? Yes, it's quite difficult for me to put into words what's going on in my mind. You've done a lot for us. Without you, I don't know what would have happened. We're changing the world for the better, and we will continue doing so. As a reward, the city shall be yours. I name you Countess of the Stranded Light, and Countess of Mir Corrup. It's only a figurehead title. Nevertheless, wear it proudly. We've gone through a lot. There may be other loose threads to finish, but the city, it is our legacy. The seed planted for a better tomorrow. Stranded Light will continue as long as we may. Yet you've surely noticed that there are less and less tasks requiring your most unique attention, except for some loose threads. Be it as it may, celebrate your new title, your new station, Countess. Oh yeah.
Take care.
What do you want? Teshekru. Learn something from it. Some days are straightforward. I always tell people what I want with them, or from them, even if it is making a necklace from their ears and sausages with their intestines. Did you happen to know that fried alfears taste like grilled bread chips dipped in honey? Anyway, yes, she bit you. So what? You've survived. There are far worse things she could have done. Trust me. I've had dealings with dangerous seducers before. Even Exivila has standards.
Goodbye.
So, yep, now we're Countess of Mir Corrup and Stranded Light. Countess. I think the emblem's still the same, maybe a little more detailed. Let's go talk to Tesh and maybe there's something else for us to do. If we have
Well
time, we
met.
can do something else. My friend. Can I bring you something? Oh yes. There is something I really enjoy reading, but it's a bit hard for me to get new books. It would be nice if you could bring me a complete series of the Rio Baron's Height. There are 5 books, and shouldn't be hard to get, except if you're restricted to Miranda, but fortunately, you're not. Yeah, I think that's the only... it's the unique one for today, for what she's currently doing. So we'll get those books to her later on. Let's go give her
Well met.
the Rio Baronzaya. Got all 5 editions. Many thanks. This will make living in Miranda for the next couple of days more bearable. When you're away, otherwise it's already very bearable. So yeah, I got a new thing for some quests I did or am in the process of doing. So, alright, continue on. So, it's 3:56. Gotta wait for her to do something at 4. I mean, yeah, if you wanted to rush through Teshekru's quest line, you could
Good
just move in.
afternoon.
You could, just wait in front of her and wait an hour every time until she does something special. Yeah, the walking animation is a little annoying. There was a plugin that removes it so she doesn't walk
Well met.
that way. Takes a while to
Well
get places.
met.
Well met. So, my friend, can I bring you something? Well, I'm not sure if I can even say this aloud, or should. There is something I like to have, if only to make my life easier. They didn't even give me a knife. If I eat something like a potato, I have to use my fingernails to cut it, just because they don't want to risk giving me any sharp objects. Would you bring me a small dagger, maybe a silver one? I could use it as a knife, and I had a little bit to defend myself, if again a big spider decides to waltz over my bed. And yeah, so 4 of the unique ones are "Can I bring you anything?" So if you exhaust that one day
got a real bounce to your step.
and want to get one of the other ones later on in that day, you're kind of screwed. You have to wait until the next day. Silver dagger. I've been keeping one in here because I knew this day would come.
A pleasure to...
Here, take this silver dagger. Many, many thanks. This will make my life a whole lot easier. Thinking about it, I still have the first collar Karashibyo gave me. I've cut myself on it, and so my blood and magic has spilled over it. Maybe it's of some use to you. I won't put it on anymore, that's for sure. Did you give me an item? Sure, I'll wear it with pride. Oh, and slow fall. That'll be great for my Nord if I ever fix him. That way you won't trip over all the time. Alright, so next one. Have to wait for the next day. So, here we are back at Shenara's. 5 days have passed. Well, the 3rd to the 9th. So, and yeah, you get a quest update telling you the city should be ready.
What can I do for...
So you don't have to actually keep checking with her. What's the current status? Good news, the city should be ready. Go to it, and enjoy the view. Oh, I hope everything is alright. You should check with Ramos Avani. She can tell you what's going on there, what may need to be done, or if everything is going to collapse in a puddle of mud. I have found Mir Corrup. Eternal Guardian, well, a new city may have replaced the old. It won't change anything. We will stand duty until we have fulfilled our pact. The dawn does not invalidate the last dusk. Our pacts concerning the old Mir Corrup still stand, and we will be so until our pact is fulfilled. Or I kill you. So, McKendry? Hi there, I'm McKendry. Me and my hubby run the Chimney Dreams, best place in Mir Corrup to shop for books. Except that I'm missing a book, but I hope this will change soon. Missing book? It's not a book per se, but something far more valuable. A piece of writing, either by a total loony, or by a clairvoyant, or by a time traveler. I don't know, but I must have it. And I've paid for it in advance. Was likely a bad idea. The ship ought to bring it to me never arrived at Elsewhere shores. Could you find out what happened to it? Do you have any clues? The book is called Love Letter from the 5th Era. It was found on Hyandarian, and a group of Mariner were going to bring it to me, yet they didn't arrive. Don't bother asking the Mariner in Mir Corrup. They've got nothing to do with the lost ship. Maybe ask the other Mariner you know. So yeah, there's a bunch of quests and stuff for the new city. Mir Corrup. Everyone still seems a bit tense, stressed, less relaxed than the citizens in Riverhold. Yet at the same time, they're less reserved than the people in Glencorn. You wouldn't believe the look they gave my hubby. It's great around here, a very mixed lot. I like that. The city could use a bit more colors, but the giant shrooms make that up. And so everyone's got a city thing, a my trade thing, and a background thing, at the very least. My trade? I'm running Chimney Dreams, finest bookstore in town, together with my hubby, of course. Unlike most of my brethren, I always loved books. Khajiit have a tradition of sharing stories, but not writing them down or reading them. A shame. Something that needs to be changed. You can always find a spot to read, in a tent, deep in Elsewhere's desert, while being stared at during a dinner at High Rock, or while sitting in a Cyrodiil forest. Background? Are you asking about me? I've done quite some travels. I grew up in Rimmon. But how do I to describe it? Too many smiling mercenaries around there, which drew attention of the Desert Walkers. Maine's task force. It became too hot for me, so I moved to Riverhold. There I met my hubby. Made a vacation there. His parents were quite surprised as they met me. We moved to High Rock, where my Khajiit phase still was allowed. But I wanted to see snowy mountains, and well, the only snowy mountains there were in Rothgarian's New Ornis, or Singham. Oh, and I always wanted to see those great Telvanni architecture. As we heard of Mir Corrup, we just had to move. So here I am. New Domes. It's alright, I guess, but at least it's unlikely that my hubby will ever meet her, and visitors see through our different fur color that it's not me. My hubby was always fascinated with us. And at least it's not pictures of a bald person like some Mir or anything. That would have hurt. So I guess she has some painting in her house. Hi there. So yeah. There's one of the Stranded Light people. So I'm looking for a dark elf, I think. Christ, don't you dare give me any silver swords. He's from Morrowind. I think she might be up here. And yeah, all the little mushrooms are houses.
What is it? Such good company. Welcome.
Hi there. Warm day to you, friend.
Hi there.
Okay, so she's in the Dunewalker Inn right now. There you are. I've awaited your arrival. Not really. The city is developing nicely. We have even had a visit from the Black Horse Courier already. It will be quite interesting to read their paper. Oh, I forgot. I'm Ramos Avani, your local kind of Telvanni. Don't ask. The city is stable, except the mushroom spa we wanted to grow. One of the last cliff racers ate the small sapling. I'm already contacting some other people willing to live here. It's still a bit empty, don't you think? And then there's another thing missing. A tower. A seat fit for whoever is in charge here. A tower. Yes, a big mushroom tower. The kind of building Telvanni lords usually live in. Why a tower? It has to fit with the architecture, doesn't it? Additionally, there's just no space for a castle. Mir Corrup once had a castle, but we weren't even able to find their ruins. Dragon breaks do this sometimes. Anyway, just go to Shenara. She surely knows what you would need for a tower. But I don't want a tower. You don't have to live in it, Swit. The city just wouldn't be complete without it.
Goodbye.
I hope I can.
So, yeah, she's got all that stuff too. There's a bunch of people here hanging out for lunch.
What is it, Sarah? What can I do for you?
I have another request. Let me guess. A tower. How did you know? I know Rannis, and I also thought about it too. The city just isn't complete without a seat of power. Except that you don't have any power. But it's also a symbolic thing. Hey, Oh please, any Telvanni master would fry you for breakfast. No need to be offended, although we will soon see how much power you really have. Varla and Welkynd stones may work for houses, but never for a tower. It would collapse and break. You need some good, genuine spirit energy for a tower. Usually I'd say you can trap a few souls of some strong entities, like Ascended Sleepers, Storm Atronachs, or Golden Saints. Yet remember how utterly retarded Cyrodiilic soul gems are? They would result in a catastrophe. No, they will not suffice. You will need the big catch, the one fish that's likely to eat you instead. What do I need then? A soul so strong that no normal soul gem can hold it. It has to be a soul only fitting into a colossal soul gem. The tribunal is currently unavailable, so you need to get creative. Your normal monster or lesser Daedroth will not suffice. What? How and where to find it? This I cannot say, but I know that such a soul exists in Cyrodiil, or existed. Something was strong enough to change the flow of magicka around it, a spirit able to connect to the realm around it. Find it, catch it, then I can grow you your tower. What's the current status? You are searching for a soul to grow your tower. Good luck. So let's go back to Merendon and report our success. Has anything to say here? But if you talk to Kara Shivuel, there is another quest. You need to have either completed the Mages Guild or saved Teshekru. You know, it's kind of hard to imagine how non-linear it is, because, like, just think, Teshekru could have not been here this entire time. You never have to save her. I mean, you can't do the romance without her, but everything else you can do without her. So yeah, you either have to save Teshekru or save the Mages Guild, be the Archmage, because Kara needs you to give her a colossal soul gem, like the one in the Mages Guild and that Teshekru was in. But I'll save that for another video. It kinda deserves its own little thing since it's the big finale, for the most part. So, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.